Now that I'm all packed up and ready to go, I can tell you this much. I've had chills going up my spine all evening. And I also have that feeling I have to get out of here.
What?
There's something out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's right. They're looking straight at me. I am trying not to panic.
Camping is meant to be a peaceful escape into nature. But for these campers, it turned into a nightmare they'll never forget. Tonight, we're diving into 6 of the most disturbing camping encounters ever caught on camera. From eerie whispers in the darkness to shadowy figures watching from afar, these moments will make you question what really lurks in the wilderness. Some of these are truly unsettling. So watch with caution. And if any of these encounters send chills down your spine, don't forget to hit that like button. Dan set out for a stealth solo camping trip, but what started as an adventure quickly turned into an unsettling experience, one that forced him to cut his trip short. Right away, as he arrived at his designated camping spot, he noticed other people walking nearby.
How good is this little area here? Nice and open, a good amount of flat space, only a few little stones dotted around, but most importantly for somewhere that there's an unbelievable amount of people walking around, even now, it's nicely sheltered, especially well hidden and camouflaged when you come down to waist height and below. We're going to go and find somewhere beautiful on the riverside to have something to eat, and we'll come back and pitch the bivvy. I swear 2 people have already been within very close proximity. I don't think they've seen me, because why would they? Who would even look in here for someone? But I'm being very, very cautious.
It put him on edge, but he brushed it off, hoping for a peaceful night ahead. Dan took a moment to sit by a lake, eat a meal, and soak in the surroundings before heading back to set up his bivvy for the night.
At this point in the evening, I've got to say it was almost impossible not to be happy. I was slightly concerned by the fact that I'd already had 2 people walk close by my intended camping spot, but nobody'd even glanced into the woodland, so I wasn't particularly worried about it. Of course, this wholesome, calm moment might not last for the entire evening. So this is my bivvy setup. Because I can't afford a proper sleeping bag, I've found a really old cheap envelope bag to go over my really cheap old mummy bag.
At first, the only sounds were the natural hum of the wilderness, until they weren't. As darkness crept in, an unknown presence moved through the area. Then, a dog walker appeared behind him. Trying to stay calm, Dan decided to step away from his camp, not wanting to draw attention to himself.
Okay, friends, there is definitely somebody about here. Yeah. So you might be able to see there is somebody walking towards us. Okay, things have gone a little bit wrong at the moment, but I'm still quite upbeat about the situation. Nothing serious, but quite comical. So I thought I'd go out and have a look at what was going on around in the main walking area, because there were a few torches going by and there'd been some noises and rustling in the woodland that I didn't think anybody would be in. So I thought I'll go out and just have a nose around. So you might have seen that little glimpse of lights that were heading towards me. As I was focused on them way across a field or two, I almost jumped out of my skin because a dog walker came down behind me. So in a bit of a panic to make sure they didn't think that I was milling around in that particular area, I had to immediately start walking in the exact opposite way of the bivvy.
After some time, he cautiously returned, still uneasy, but determined to stay. Then, an hour and a half later, Dan realized he wasn't alone.
Between all of the spooky tree branches, there is a sky full of stars. It's fantastic visibility up there. I've 100% been spotted. Right, I'm trying to keep calm and keeping calm. I'm almost too scared to breathe here. I think a dog or something just came in. I was half asleep when, with no prior torchlight, a lot of animal-like rustling broke out. Then suddenly in the darkness, a loud crack sound really woke me with a start. Oh, that's right, they're looking straight at me. I am trying not to panic.
A flashlight flickered through the trees, scanning the area, as if searching for him. Feeling exposed, Dan called out, making his presence known. But there was no response, just silence.
Hello? Right, I'm just going to use the phone light now. I'm just going. They haven't been about, I haven't seen a single light now for maybe 5-10 minutes. I don't even know. I've been just trying to keep as calm as possible, but when they walked off and the light went out, I don't even know which direction they were, but somewhere in that direction. I'll forget it, let's just go.
Eventually, the person walked away. Still on edge, Dan kept his own light off, using only his phone torch to navigate. He couldn't shake the feeling that whoever was out there would return. Deciding it wasn't worth the risk, Dan packed up his gear as fast as possible and left, never looking back.
The only thing I knew for certain was that they hadn't entered the woodland because there were so many dried leaves and sticks it would be impossible for them to move silently around me. However, not knowing where they were or where they'd gone, I thought the only sensible choice is to clear off. In hindsight, the fact that I didn't hear any voices before or after suggests it was definitely only one person out there. However, at the time, my main concern wasn't so much that they were out there waiting to get me now, but that they may return in the small hours, and there may be more of them coming to see if I've got anything worth stealing.
The woods may seem peaceful, but when you're alone, you never really know who else might be out there, watching. Jim has been exploring the forests of southern Ontario since 1996, documenting his findings. But in December 2013, he captured something truly unexplainable. From the start of his hike, he heard loud wood knocks echoing through the trees, deliberate and forceful, as if something massive was making its presence known.
It's not happening anymore. I thought it was a wood knock, or it's more of that nut breaking sound I heard. I recorded back here, like a week and a half ago or so. I'm not hearing it now. It's back in this way somewhere. There's the shelter. I just came all through there, checked the stones. Stones are all still there. Look at back here, eh? All kinds of trees have fallen down. I don't typically come back in here. I was back here once and got lost. Rather embarrassing. I think the wood knock I did just killed it. You know, a lot of the time when I hear things out here, as soon as I hear it, it's pretty much the end of it. It's already stopped.
As he ventured deeper, the sounds continued. Then, his attention shifted. Through the dense trees, a large, fur-covered figure stood, perfectly camouflaged within the bushes, too big to be any known animal.
back here now. Take a little look around. There's something back there. I see nothing. Holy crap. Where's that? Holy shit. Where's the... Oh, come on. It's right there. I don't have my glasses on. Girl, look at that. Holy. That's what's making the noise. Holy.
Jim kept his distance, observing as the creature remained still, blending into the surroundings. Suddenly, the sound of breaking branches filled the air, as if it was tearing at something. Feeling bold, Jim grabbed a bat and struck a tree, mimicking the knocking sounds he'd been hearing.
Oh, shit. Oh, crap, I lost it. Where'd it go? Holy. I'm pretty sure that was the thing that was making the noise. I'm not seeing it now. I think that's it. Holy. Oh, cameras everywhere. Oh, look at that. What the hell am I looking at? It's gone now. Holy. There it is. Holy. Oh, look. My God. I'm guessing it's probably... Look at the clicker here. It's probably like, I don't know, 150 feet away. I'm behind it, I guess. I'll see what happens. I don't know if I should do this or not. It's not even... Holy, where is it? Oh, look at this. Holy freak.
The response was immediate. The creature turned and disappeared into the forest. A wave of unease washed over Jim. Against his instincts, he pressed forward, heading toward the area where it had been standing. That's when the stench hit him, overpowering and nasty.
My brain is screaming, get the hell out of here. It was somewhere just right up here. Ow. Sharp branches on the ground. I think I can still hear it. Some tree snaps and stuff. Ow. Smells back here. Smells like really strong urine. Holy, look at right there. It was right here. Look at this. It's still warm. Look at it. Look at this. fucking, look at this, nuts. I'm really quite nervous. And, gotta go to the washroom really bad all of a sudden. Holy crap. Oh, I'm sweating like crazy all of a sudden.
His breathing became more intense, sweating with fear. Something wasn't right. Deciding not to push his luck, Jim wrapped up his filming and started to leave. But his nightmare wasn't over. As he panned his camera one last time, the same towering figure could be seen again, moving through the trees, barely visible.
Fuck. There's a friggin' dog. It's a wild dog.
Jim didn't know about this until later reviewing his footage. Then something chilling happened. A distant sound of dogs barking could be heard, followed by one suddenly snarling aggressively, as if it had come face to face with the unknown.
Gonna top it off. There's friggin' dogs out here. Holy crap.
Many believe this is some of the strongest evidence of Bigfoot ever caught on camera. But what do you think? Tommy and his wife Rachel love the outdoors, spending most of their time traveling in their van with their loyal dog. But this time, their trip to the woodlands of southern Oklahoma brought back an unsettling memory because they had heard something strange here before.
So we're back in southern Oklahoma, and the trees and the green and the howls. We're at roughly the same place that we heard something howling before, where somebody tried to get in the van. Storm coming in.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here just having a conversation, and something back over that way is howling.
Yeah.
There are no dogs that way. And it's not a dog barking. It's a loud howl. I don't hear it now.
Yeah.
But there was a howl. There was a loud, long, a few of them drawn out,
Yeah.
like roaring. Same thing I heard before. Same exact thing I heard before.
As they arrived at the remote location, an eerie howling sound pierced the silence. No houses, no dogs, just endless trees. They looked at each other, unease settling in. Was returning here a mistake? But curiosity won over fear.
There are no houses that way. There aren't dogs. Now I'm hearing one over here. Well, I hope the mic is picking this up. Yep.
Like over there somewhere?
That way.
Yeah.
That's one reason we keep coming out here, because there's something going on. There is something happening out here. We don't know what. Hopefully the
There it is.
I don't know, honey.
I'm gonna freak out.
Rachel's getting a little bit freaked out.
I am.
I was gonna do a camping cook for y'all tonight. Gonna make this a That is howling. What is that? I don't like it. No, no, no. I don't like that.
Standing in silence, they listened. The howling continued, deep, guttural, unlike anything they had ever heard. Then, another, louder, closer. Their nerves reached a breaking point. Tommy bolted back to the van, slamming the door shut behind him. Even from inside, the howling persisted. Something big was out there.
Some creature, creature, apostrophe S, creatures, S apostrophe. What?
There's something out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know if I want to stay here. And you know, ask her. I don't get afraid. I don't get scared. But this place is already, it's already made us, Badger has been perked up before. I know. I keep hearing it.
It is. Yeah.
Good God, you hear that one? Nope. Look.
There goes a kid.
No, this is, they're loud. They are loud. Ah, I hope this mic picks them up. Yeah, I don't know about that. Don't know.
It came from over there.
Yep. I said there's one back that way and one back. There's one to the right front of the van making a sound. Something to the right front. I don't know. Even how. I don't know how far.
Determined to understand what they were dealing with, Tommy decided to go back outside while Rachel tried to get some sleep in the van. But as he stepped into the darkness, the forest had fallen eerily silent. The noises were gone. The woods, undisturbed.
You hear crickets. Heard a crow back over that way. And that boy. I think everything's chilled out now. I still don't know what that was. I don't know. But I do know we're about probably 3/4 of a mile as the crow flies from where I heard the howling before. And there's just nobody out here. It's a pretty good size wildlife area. To be honest, don't know what kind of wildlife is out here. Because those howls, those roars, those vocalizations, they're not normal.
Rachel and Tommy spent the rest of the night in uneasy stillness. But whatever was out there, it had already left its mark.
What?
There's something out there.
Yeah.
Rob has spent years camping and hiking in the wilderness, but this trip left him with a feeling he couldn't shake. Deep in a remote forest, he set out to camp near a Viking tomb, a site shrouded in history and mystery. As he arrived, a car slowly circled the area. Then, the driver did something strange. They took a photo of his license plate.
I just parked my car on the closest road to this place. That's weird. Why would they do that? That really bothered me. Why would they take pictures of my car? So we have to head due west. When I unpacked my car, there drove a car by. They slowed down pretty much when they saw me. And just now, before I left the road into the woods, they made another round and took a picture of my license plate.
Uneasy, Rob brushed it off as a landowner checking on the area. He pressed on, hiking through the woods until he found the perfect spot to set up for the night.
There it went. I've got the lake on my right side. So if I follow the lake to the south, that should take me straight for the Viking tomb.
He set up camp for the night, a hammock, but soon realized he had forgotten a key piece of equipment, leaving him with nothing but a cold meal and his backup snacks.
What a nice view. Well, I've bought the wrong thread canister for my gas burner up high north.
As darkness set in, the temperature plummeted. Shivering, he struggled to stay warm, but something else gnawed at him, an overwhelming sense that something was wrong. Unable to shake the fear, he packed up and left.
I've got hand warmers, 4 of them. I just can't seem to get warm, so I'm just laying here, shivering. I'm going to pull the plug on this one. Am I hypothermic? No, but it's really uncomfortably cold. One last glimpse of the Viking tomb. Now that I'm all packed up and ready to go, I can tell you this much. I've had chills going up my spine all evening. And I also have that feeling I have to get out of here. It's almost midnight. We've got a full moon. I know which way is east because I came in from the east. I have to keep an easterly direction and I should hit the road. The most crucial thing now is not to panic.
When he reached his car, his blood ran cold. In the fresh snow, footprints surrounded his vehicle. Someone had been watching, waiting.
Well, someone has been interested in my car. I knew there was something off. These are not my footprints. The left one is mine, and the right one is the visitor in the night. When we headed out, someone took a picture of my car. Well, that's the... let's just get out of here.
Had the person from earlier returned? Rob didn't stick around to find out. Zach and Allie lived life on the road with their dogs, but this particular camping trip took an unexpected and terrifying turn. Earlier in the day, a severe weather warning had been issued. Heavy storms, strong winds, and the possibility of a tornado. As the day went by, the storm rolled in fast. The wind howled. Rain pounded against their van.
Zach got off work at 1 o'clock today because we've been under a tornado watch since 10:50 this morning, and the warnings continue to get closer and closer. Yeah. I'm freaking out. Just a little bit.
Alright, if something happens though, we're heading out the van and we're gonna get in that ditch right there. And we're gonna hunker down.
My heart's beating a million miles an hour and Zach's worried about filming. Having a panic attack. You're just gonna follow me if something goes wrong, right? Yeah? Seriously, babe.
I'm gonna program this radio, put it on the NOAA weather, and then we can send it over to the neighbor's camper. That way he has one, because he doesn't have a weather radio.
Lawbell where?
Oregon? At 50 miles per hour. Is that what he just said? I have no idea.
Orange.
Where's that at?
Here, we're in Orange. We literally are in Orange right now.
Yeah, but there's not a storm over us. Orange is also really wide.
Allie, already on edge, clutched her phone watching the forecast, waiting for updates. Then their phone alert went off. A tornado had touched down, just 5 minutes away.
A tornado warning for southwestern Beauregard Parish in southwestern Louisiana, southwestern Newton County in southeastern Texas, southeastern Jasper County in southeastern Texas, until 4:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 4:12 p.m.
We're still in
Central Standard Time,
Yeah, a little
severe
bit.
thunderstorms
West,
capable of
southwest.
producing both tornadoes and extensive straight line wind damage were located.
I'm freaking out.
This, the warning will be allowed to expire.
See? Warnings are expiring.
No, it's not. It's not. It's still there. It's still on the radar. Up north of us, it's expired. But like on top of us, look at that. It's on top of us. That one has not expired. That warning that's right there has not expired. I'm serious. They're all around us right now. Babe, seriously. Where do we go? What do we do?
Panic set in. They couldn't risk staying in the van. With no real shelter, their only option was a small ditch by their camp. With their dogs in tow, they sprinted into the storm, huddling together as the wind roared around them.
No.
Babe, it's okay.
A large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over Orange Field, or near Bridge City, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour.
Is that a train? Is that a train? What the f*** is that? What is that?
No idea.
Seriously. Jack, do we need to go over there? Seriously, what the f***?
Says over Bridge City. It's coming right at us.
Jack, what do we do?
Baby, come on. Come.
Then, silence. Just as quickly as it had come, the storm weakened, passing them by. As they cautiously returned to camp, they found destruction in its wake.
You okay?
Get myself all dirty.
Baby, that was a tornado. Look, his camper fell off the jack stand. His camper fell off the jack stand. You see the neighbors? Fell over. It probably doesn't even look as bad on video as it does in real life.
When all that stuff started hitting the window, I grabbed my bag. I said, I'm gonna get ready to dive.
A nearby camper van had fallen off its stand, and debris was scattered across the site. They had barely escaped. This was one experience they would never forget. Emma and Alex had been living their dream of van life until it turned into a nightmare in an instant. While driving, they suddenly noticed smoke rising from beneath their van. Alex flung the door open and was met with a terrifying sight: flames creeping out from underneath. Before they could react, a stranger ran toward them with a fire extinguisher, desperately trying to put it out, but the fire was spreading too fast. Alex jumped out of the van, but when he turned back, Emma was still inside. The man shouted for them to get away, realizing it was too late to save the van.
What have we got in there?
This man was an absolute hero. He was just there trying his hardest to put this out with his fire extinguisher, and he was just kept trying and trying, probably for way longer than he should have done, putting himself in danger, really. Like, the amount of smoke, it was terrifying.
It then got to the point where he couldn't fight the fire anymore, and he just turned and ran. And at this point for us, we then did the same to try and find some shelter.
Run!
Oh my god!
What do we do?
Oh my god! Oh my god! What do we do? What do we do?
I don't know.
Emma bolted out just in time, and they ran behind a nearby building for safety. Feeling trapped behind the building, they ran back out to the main road, keeping as much distance as possible from their burning van.
I don't know what's in this building, so I just want to go.
Run, 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 run.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Well, that's an old truck.
Oh my god. Oh. Are we safe here?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on if it has a propane tank or not.
Once we were far enough away, all we could do is just watch it burn. Our tiny home on wheels was gone.
Even from a distance, they could feel the heat as they watched their home on wheels burn. By the time the fire department arrived, there was nothing left. They had escaped, but just barely. And the thought lingered: what if they hadn't made it out in time? Spending a night in the wilderness can be peaceful, until the silence is broken by something you can't explain. Which of these encounters unsettled you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. You never know what could be watching from the darkness.